Welcome back to The Explainer. So glad you're here. Today, we're zooming in on a really fascinating structural framework for digital growth, built by a team called Atika Digiverse. You know, the digital landscape is absolutely overflowing with raw, incredible ideas. But let's be real, actually getting those ideas to survive, let alone thrive, well, that takes some serious architecture. That's exactly what we're looking at today. We're going to unpack their 4-part blueprint, which is designed to act as the ultimate bridge between a raw, unpolished concept and a real, undeniable market presence.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever noticed how there's often this massive, intimidating gap between your big digital ideas and actual, tangible success? I mean, having a concept is super exciting, right? But out there in the real world, the digital ecosystem is chaotic, it's loud, and it is relentlessly competitive. Crossing that chasm can feel impossible. But that gap, that specific operational problem, is exactly what Atika's framework is built to solve. They've mapped out a way to take that daunting, scary leap and turn it into a totally manageable, highly structured crossing.
And they do this with a really refreshing mindset. The source material puts it perfectly. We are by your side to build a powerful brand and shape a brighter future for your business. I just love that phrasing. It frames the whole process not as some cold transactional handoff, but as a true collaborative partnership. Their mission is to be right there with you, to act as your dedicated guide through all that digital noise, ensuring that we're building for long-term sustainability so your business doesn't just launch but actually thrives for years to come.
And this brilliantly illustrates how they actually make that happen. To fulfill that partnership, Atika uses a totally chronological 4-step roadmap: strategy, marketing, growth, and finally, success. Now, don't just look at these as a list of services. Think of it as a rigid sequence of cause and effect. Every single pillar relies entirely on the structural integrity of the one that came before it. By treating these as a step-by-step progression, they take all the wild unpredictability of the digital market and organize it into a crystal-clear, navigable path.
Let's slow down for a second and really look at that foundation. Step 1 is strategy. Now, strategy gets thrown around a lot as a buzzword, right? But Atika defines this very strictly as identifying the right marketing tactics. Before a single dollar is spent, before any campaigns are ever launched, this foundational step guarantees that every subsequent action has a calculated, specific purpose. It's all about doing that heavy, meticulous analytical work up front. You have to lock in the exact right tactical approach for your specific brand before you make a move.
Once that blueprint is firmly set, we move to step 2, which is marketing, defined specifically in their framework as digital marketing. This is the transition from planning to action. It's the active construction phase, where all those carefully selected tactics are actually deployed out into the digital ecosystem. Think of it as the machinery. It's the engine that translates those high-level tactical decisions into concrete, active outreach and engagement, all designed to grab your target audience's attention and not let go.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because that active marketing completely fuels step 3, growth. In this framework, growth is totally inseparable from continuous content creation. By constantly pushing out targeted, high-quality content, all based on those crucial previous steps, your brand's footprint starts to expand. It scales up. This is where the magic really happens, and the momentum of the earlier stages becomes totally visible and measurable. It's the engine for real brand growth.
Which brings us to the absolute culmination of the roadmap, success. And Atika defines this in a really holistic way as business excellence. So in this framework, success isn't just hitting some arbitrary vanity metric or getting a momentary spike in traffic. No way. It is arriving at a structurally sound, enduring market position. It represents the ultimate achievement, that final stage where your initial raw digital idea has been fully realized through that exact rigorous sequence of strategy, marketing, and growth.
So the crucial point is their core philosophy, which they sum up beautifully: your ideas, our strategy, limitless growth. Let me say that again because it's just so powerful. Your ideas, our strategy, limitless growth. This perfectly synthesizes that partnership we talked about. It's combining your raw potential with their engineered roadmap to drive real transformation. It literally boils down all the overwhelming complexity of the digital landscape into a straightforward winning formula for scaling your business.
Now, if you're feeling inspired, the source material points to a very practical next step: getting connected through their social channels. This isn't just about following an account. It's presented as the direct entry point for initiating that collaborative process. It's how you take everything we've just discussed, moving from this awesome theoretical framework into actually deploying the roadmap and building that brighter future for yourself.
So that leaves us with a final, really provocative thought to tie this whole explainer together. Based on everything we've looked at today with this framework, what digital idea do you have right now, just sitting there waiting to be mapped out and transformed into limitless growth? It's definitely something to chew on. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore Atika's approach. Keep learning, keep building, and I will see you in the next explainer.